What's up everyone, John from Beyond ARTV. Welcome back to another episode of What Are People Offended By Now? Starring today, Rita Ora. Rita Ora is a UK singer, songwriter, pop star who had a string of top 10 hits in the UK, kind of fell off for a while, but then she comes back with this victory lap single in the form of Girls, featuring a star-studded lineup of all females. You've got, of course, Charli XCX, Bebe Rexha, and then the ever-famous woman of the moment, as people are hailing her, Cardi B, a female rapper that is truly dominating the game right now. So, what could go wrong with a single called Girls in the 2018 climate? Well, it is 2018, and people will be offended over anything. It's crazy that I'm even having to make this video because I've never talked about Rita Ora before. I've never considered myself a fan, but here I am having to jump to her defense, saying, you probably shouldn't just be assuming things, because I feel like that's exactly what people on the other side of the fence are doing. But for anybody unfamiliar with the situation, let's explain. Girls is a song by Rita Ora. People are upset because they feel like it kind of marginalizes and trivializes and downplays bisexuality. In the song, she talks about being 50-50 and down the middle and experimenting with other girls, and all the other guest artists on the track sing about it as well. Girls, 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 kissing girls, and getting high with them, and maybe making a mistake together, just getting a little bit tipsy on wine. And how do I personally view the song? I see it like something like I Kissed a Girl by Katy Perry. It's something where maybe somebody is perhaps bisexual, but more than likely, probably not. They're just bi-curious. And I saw the outrage around that track, and of course Cool for the Summer by Demi Lovato. And it's just, to me, it's like showmanship. People play things up, and I understand that sexuality is something that is so important, especially this day and age. So many people speaking up and feeling strongly about it. But at the same time, I feel like you're kind of also hurting people who just want to openly say things like, hey, it doesn't really matter, I want to kiss a girl, I want to kiss a guy, it doesn't matter, let me do what I want to do. And I feel like that's what Girls, the track, is all about. And like I said, I have never really talked about Rita Ora before. I don't have any strong opinions on her. In fact, I found a lot of her songs that I have heard very forgettable. But Girls is a straight up bop. Why are people so outraged about this? Well, it all started with the openly gay artist Hayley Kiyoko opening up and saying that she felt strongly about this and she felt like things were very hurtful. She wrote an open note on Twitter that I'll read for you. It's important for us artists to use our platforms to move the cultural needle forward, not backwards. There is a new song that came out today featuring a handful of well-known pop artists that has me overwhelmed with thoughts. I literally have a knot in my stomach right now. To be clear, I fully support other artists who freely express themselves and applaud male and female artists who are opening up more and more about their sexual identities. But every so often, there comes across certain songs with messaging that is just downright tone deaf, which does more harm than good for the LGBTQ+ community. A song like this just fuels the male gaze while marginalizing the idea of women loving women. I know this wasn't the intention of the artist on the song, but it's the lack of consideration behind these lyrics that really get me. I don't need to drink wine to kiss girls. I've loved women my entire life. This type of message is dangerous because it completely belittles and invalidates the very pure feelings of an entire community. I feel I have a responsibility to protect that whenever possible. We can and should do better. First of all, I'm gonna have to put a pin in that and kind of stop that right there because that feels like a very ridiculous statement to me. You're tearing down somebody else without directly saying their name, of course, but obviously we know what the track is. It came out that day, she's talking about it, it features several other females in the community. I mean, come on, we're not stupid. She seems like she's totally on the defensive here, and that's the problem that I have with this movement of people who just get so upset and so triggered over things. It's just her saying, I don't need to drink wine to kiss girls. No one's saying that you do. Maybe some people just get a little bit nervous and they need something to get them in the mood to explore a little bit more if that's their thing. It's a song about exploration. It's an anthem for bi-curiosity, perhaps for bisexual people all over the world. Sexual preferences don't define you, but God, if they want to put it out there, let them put it out there. It's not hurting anybody. And Rita Ora actually comes through on this track, and it seems like she's maybe opening up about her own bisexuality. Who are you to put that back down? She calls the song tone deaf, and I just don't really get that point whatsoever. It seems like a moot point because you're saying that it's tone deaf, but what exactly is here? I mean, there's many other tracks that I could probably think of by rappers, singers, other artists out there, even some bands that would perhaps be considered a lot more tone deaf than this. This to me just seems like kind of a fun, summery song about exploration, and tone deaf isn't the right term to use here. And then the use of the male gaze phrase, that's something where males basically portray females to look a certain way in film or in music or whatever, and people seem to also be upset about the fact that this track was co-written by men, and they're saying, oh, they just want the girls to get it on, and the girls are saying by like, you know, you were kissing that dude, but now I'm gonna hook up with you because I'm drunk, and I'm just gonna get back with the guy. People are basically trying to connect the dots and say, hey, they're just kind of marginalizing this and saying that lesbianism or, you know, like bisexuality, it's something that it's just for a moment. They're gonna come back to the dude at the end of the day, and I really feel like people are stretching there. I know this is a sensitive topic for me to be talking about, but damn, I just feel like it's a stretch. I feel like people are really trying to overanalyze the lyrics here, looking for anything to call the song problematic, and it just at this point feels like more sides just firing back and forth, when in reality it's not helping anybody. Why can't we just let people drop the song and that be it? I mean, it's actually kind of a fucking bop. Like I said before, it's a catchy ass song, and I find myself jamming out to it. It's a lot of fun, it's got a great tempo, the beat on it is killer. Cardi B's verse, I understand, I guess, why some people would be upset, like I said, with Cardi B being on there, but her verse did kind of suck. I mean, it just falls flat compared to the rest of the track, but other than that, kind of a fire song. But I guess I get why some people are upset. It just feels, once again, like people really trying to stretch it to hear something that they want to in order to get offended. Only the singer in question and her writers can truly know what this song was meant to be, and if she says that it's an anthem for bisexuality and people who are just exploring and figuring themselves out, then I don't think that we should have to change the title on that. If that's what it is, then that's what it is. And I just feel like this is once again kind of the case of people on Twitter and other social medias just truly getting upset and trying to act like they have the loudest voice, when in reality, I checked on the video and it's at 170,000 likes and only like 20,000 dislikes. So that says it all right there. It's a strong comeback for Rita Ora, actually. I don't think it's gonna be everybody's cup of tea, but it's kind of a nice bubblegum pop song with a fire beat that I could totally dance and groove to, and if somebody wants to explore and find their sexuality to this song, then so be it. And if you don't like it, then turn it off. That's my advice to you guys. Let me know what you think about girls and the whole controversy surrounding it. It just hurts my head at this point because I feel like every day I'm having to think or talk about something, and just people I feel like are maybe being a little bit too sensitive here. But that is my take, of course. Let me know what you think, and don't forget to drop a like on the video while you're here. A direct link to my Patreon is stuffed in this annotation over in the corner of your screen there. If you want to see another news topic that I weigh in on with my opinion, then tap right over here. If you want to see another episode of 7 on Sunday, my weekly countdown series, then tap right here. All of my social media accounts that you see here are linked in the description, and I'll see you soon for more on Beyond ARTV.